where he was the synchro leader in 2017. Tom has also flown the Typhoon on operational service, and he's also been a qualified flying instructor of the Hawk Team Mark II and the Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2010. As he brings the team round to left, the smoke comes on for the 8 Arrow present. He rolls now. Keep your eye on the team for a dynamic shape change. As Red 7-8 perform a rollback and change the shape from 8 Arrow into Vixen. Of the aircraft collected in the sun in Vixen. Of course, at the 9 sheet we have number 9 at the back, and we will be in our trademark Diamond 9. However, for this year we are only an 8, and that is simply down to the fact that we cannot train more than 3 pilots each year safely and with the correct level of supervision. However, next year we hope to be back to our trademark Diamond 9 for our own 60th anniversary display season. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bournemouth, get your cameras ready for the Vixen roll! Of the Hawk Team Mark II. 10 pilots on the team, there are 8 flying ahead of you. There's myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot and a qualified flying instructor of the Hawk Team Mark II. I fly the spare aircraft everywhere. I also fly around the displays with one of the photographers in the back, getting all those incredible airborne images that you see all across social media. And we are commanded by Wing Commander Adam Collins, Officer Commanding RAF, former Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, and he's also flown the F-111 while on exchange with the Royal Australian Air Force. The smoke comes on and off from Reds 4 and 5 as they've made their way now back to the rear of the formation. Red 1 brings the formation around to the right. The smoke will come on for the Apollo Luke. Once again, pulling up at over 400 miles per hour, 4 to 5G, reaching a height of over 5,500 feet at the top of the loop. And now the aircraft starting to slow down to 110, 120 miles an hour, which means that the pilot's control inputs are a lot less effective, meaning formation keeping is a lot more difficult. Conversely now, the aircraft is accelerating through 200, 300 miles per hour, where the controls are even more effective and therefore requiring a different skill by the pilot as they come around to the left for the Apollo present. On the left of Red 1 is Red 3, that's Flight Lieutenant Tom Hansford. Tom's also experienced in the team. He's flown the Typhoon on operational service as well as being a qualified weapons instructor, which means he will teach all weapons technical information and frontline tactics to the entire Typhoon force. Red 2 and 3, the smoke comes on. Now you can see the entire section moving as one all the way back. You can see Red 4 and 5 all the way back in formation, which makes it even more difficult for them as we take all our formation references from Red 1. And you see, being that far back in the formation, being able to look through those aeroplanes at Red 1 is extremely difficult. And now we form this second of our space theme shapes. We went from Apollo, from the Apollo space missions, into Eagle, from the Eagle lunar landing craft. So the smoke comes on for the Eagle presents. And in 2021, UK Space Command Days Royal Air Force. However, this time they fly the up-to-modern 5th generation F-35. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready for the lightning roll! As the team rolls to the left on the right-hand side, uppermost on the outside is Red 4. That's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie is in his first year on the team. He's a former Tornado TR4 pilot, and he's also a former qualified flying instructor of the Hawk T Mark II. His opposite number on the left-hand side, smoking white, is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. He's in his second year on the team. He was Red 3 last year. He's flown the Tornado with 9 squadrons on operational service, as well as both 11 and 12 squadrons flying that Typhoon out of RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire. All the pilots must have over 1,500 fast jet hours and be assessed as above average before they can join the team. They go through a rigorous selection process, including a mock media interview, a formal interview and formal flying tests, as well as peer review. And those applicants are then whittled down to the final 3 who join the team at the end of this display season to become our 3 new pilots for next year. Now Red 7 moves to the left, Red 8 moves to the right, the smoke comes on as Red 1 reverses for the Cygnus present. From Red 1, he gives the commands to the rest of the team rolling out of that shape. And you can almost be forgiven for his delivery being robotic and quite monotone in delivery. That's because we fly our formation by ear as well as by eye. And as the team roll around to the right, you can see that those aircraft on the outside of the formation, they put their input in just a little bit earlier to ensure that the whole wing moves as one, rather than a ripple effect down the wing. You can now see a shape change with Red 7 in 8 on trail of the rest of the formation for one of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre we fly in the 2020. 7 and 8 roll around the rest of the formation at the start of the Tornado. But of course Red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so watch for the colour change. As the red and the blue come on, he bends the formation around to the right, even makes it more difficult for Red 7 and 8 to see that goal ring and rhythm going. You may be able to see the front section of aircraft. They are flying with their air brakes out. That's a small door at the back of the aircraft underneath. This means that those pilots are flying with a higher throttle setting, thereby producing a hotter engine gas temperature, and it makes the smoke burn a lot more brightly. It also disturbs the airflow out the back of the aeroplane, and therefore makes the smoke billow a lot more fuller. And certain manoeuvres in the display that use it to enhance those manoeuvres. The team now get into dagger as we come to the end of the first half, and move towards the second half, which is the more heart-pumping, jaw-dropping flying, involving the fast-paced manoeuvres, involving 2 distinct sections. We have Reds 1 through 5, they are now known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5 from the children's series books. And you have Reds 6, 7 and 8, they are now known as Hannah, named after squad leader Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows during its formation. He was also attributed of taking the team from a 7 to a 9, and he's also attributed with forming our trademark Diamond 9 formation shape. However, Bournemouth, look directly to your front, you can see the nose lights in the distance. Get your cameras ready for the start of the second half. This is Detonator. duty, as well as a qualified flight instructor on the horse, Team Mark 1. The synchro pair only down 100 feet above the sea, hustling only 100 feet to each other before we come a 4-point head. Red 1 gathers the rest of Enid. The red and the blue commanders, he bends them around to the left. Underneath the aircraft you may be able to see a small pod that looks like a fuel tank. However, that is actually the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing fire, hot water, and each of those smoke colours is selectable by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. During wind training, come up with a smoke alarm to ensure that we have the right colour of smoke at the right time in the display and that we don't run out. Look directly to your front. You can see the nose light twinkle in the distance of the synchro pair. Red 6 pulls the pair up with Red 7 in trail. Let's go, boys and girls. Get your cameras ready. You do not want to miss this one. The red smoke comes on, they part to perform the world famous synchro horn. And coming in from the top left hand side is Red 8 as he spears the horn. And the Red Arrows would like to dedicate today's horn to a gentleman called Tony Wilson. Unfortunately, Tony passed away, having been 83 years old, passed away very suddenly in June this year. He came to every air show for the past 15 years and is extremely missed. Form a series of opposition barrel rolls towards each other in a manoeuvre called the double roll. In trail on Red 1 as the red and the blue come on. They perform a series of barrel rolls through the sky, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in a manoeuvre we like to call the pipe boom. I said earlier there are 10 pilots on the Red Arrows. However, the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We have over 150 personnel on the squadron. And over 140 of them are the engineers, the public relations, the dive team, the administrators, the mechanical drivers, and all those support personnel who make the Red Arrows machine work. And they are known as the Blues, so called by the colour of their coveralls they wear. There are a number of them here today at the public relations tent. Inside those Blues there are 11 individuals who get to fly in the back of our aircraft in between displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement, and they are known as Circus. One individual with me at every display is Circus 10, that's Corporal Phil Dye. I know he is on the beach somewhere filming the display for safety and debriefing purposes. He's also responsible for many of the images you see across social media taken from the back of my aeroplane. However, look to your left, look to your right. Once again, the synchro pair running back in, this time Red 6 off to the right and Red 7 off to the left. Once again, only 100 feet above the sea, a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour, just to pass each other in. 16 tracks that mirror each other. Though it's a height of over 2,500 feet, 5 to 16 meaning everything about them is now weighing 6 times heavier than what you and I are as we stand on the beach. They're now inverted 6 degrees down, they roll the right way up, once again catching that 100 feet as they finish the manoeuvre called the boomerang. Over 400 miles per hour, 4G. They'll do a twist to the right, and in honour of His Majesty King Charles III's coronation this year. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready for the Enid Coronation Vertical Break. With the United States Marine Corps. As Hannah leads to your left, look to your right, and Enid once again running back in leader's benefit with a white smoking trail.
Right, left, right.
2 and 3 roll go, and 2 and 3 roll around the outside of the formation. Clear go as Red 4 and 5 smoking blue roll around the outside, and one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots each year to master. This is the rollback. That means every single member of the squadron, from the very bottom to the top, is striving for excellence in everything that we do. We're also aware that we are only guardians of that motto for 3 to 5 years, and therefore we try to leave the squadron in a better place than where we found it. Look directly to your front now. You've got Hannah formation running straight back in with the white smoke in trail. That's with 6, 7 and 8. 7, 8 roll go. The blue smoke comes on as red 7 and 8 roll around the red of 6. For their final break, this is the Hannah Vortex break. forward, he rolls around the rest of the formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky. However, Bournemouth, it's been an honour and a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the